tonight.
It's NBC's Sunday Night Football.
This is the game.
All right, Sunday night, where are you? Just kicking back from the things that you do. You want the big game, we want it too. Hey, Jack, it's a fact, the show's back in town. Boys and the Eagles in a nasty showdown. The stadium's rocking, time to crank up the sound. The NFL's best have come to play. For every fan, there's just one thing left to say. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. The Cubs get a run in a primetime fight. The last one standing gets to turn out the lights. 'Cause I've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
Romo is going to throw that one into the end zone and caught by Owens. Unbelievable. What a night for this guy. Westbrook diving into the end zone. Boy, did they make that look easy.
Sunday night football on NBC. Al and John are the best on TV. Players already kicked that ball off the tee. 'Cause the NFL runs on NBC.
If 49 degrees, clear skies, and no wind sounds like a perfect night for football, this is a perfect night for football. Out onto the playing surface at Lincoln Financial Field come the Philadelphia Eagles. 4 times in this decade, they have been to the NFC Championship game, once to the Super Bowl, ready to take on their division rivals, the Dallas Cowboys, on NBC's Sunday Night Football. Al Michaels, John Madden, Andrea Kramer, welcome to Philadelphia, where the Eagles have really dug themselves a big early season hole. Despite a win on the road in Minnesota last week, they're 3-4. If they lose tonight, they would be 4 games behind Dallas in the NFC and will probably watch the playoffs on television. If they win tonight, they're right back in the NFC playoff hunt. Dallas comes off a bye week. The Cowboys are 6-1. So far, everything's been great under Wade Phillips, who took over for Bill Parcells. Among other things, the Dallas Cowboys are number 2 in the National Football League in offense and in scoring, second only to the undefeated New England Patriots. But they've had a tough time here over the past few years. The Cowboys have won only once in the past 8 years in Philadelphia. So, John, what will they have to do tonight to win against a team that seems to have had their number in recent seasons?
I think the difference is they have a quarterback now. I mean, Tony Romo is the real deal, and I think he's going to show it here tonight. And he has all the parts. He has 2 good running backs. He has a good offensive line. He has playmakers in Terrell Owens and Jason Witten, who he gets the ball to. And I think that and the fact defensively they're going to go after Donovan McNabb. I think that's the difference between Dallas this year and Dallas last year.
Now, Philadelphia in an unusual role, a home underdog to the Dallas Cowboys. So what are the things they're going to have to do to win?
Well, I know what Andy Reid's going to do. He believes that you throw the ball to win. You throw the ball in the first and the second quarter, and then maybe you run in the third and fourth quarter. And not only just pass it, but throw it deep. You talked to Andy, and he said, I think that they're vulnerable to the pass, and I think they're most vulnerable to the deep passes. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think we're going to see it early.
Now to the biggest off-the-field story, and it certainly involves Andy Reid and Andy's family. It is front-page news here in Philadelphia on Thursday. His 2 eldest sons were sentenced to up to 23 months in county prison on gun and drug-related charges. The judge called the Reids a family in crisis and described the Reid home, which was searched by authorities on Thursday night, as a drug emporium. Reid also missed practice on Thursday. The owner of the Eagles, Jeffrey Luria, said that Reid has his unequivocal support, and when asked on Friday if he was considering resigning as the Eagles head coach, Andy's answer was no. Reid had taken a leave of absence to deal with these problems last spring, and no one can know what lies ahead here. We know what lies ahead when we come back on the other side of this break. It's the kickoff. Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys. Terrell Owens as well against Donovan McNabb, Brian Westbrook, and the Eagles on Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Chevy, an American Revolution, by Claritin Allergy Products, Live Claritin Clear, and by the new Braun Pulsonic. Spanish audio provided by Telemundo.
We did it. For the clutch players, our beds, our lobbies. Courtyards changed it all. For the go-tos, the can-dos. Deep mattresses and crisp sheets. Wide open spaces with Wi-Fi, easy chairs, and freshly stocked 24-hour markets. All for them, for the pros who suit up and take the field.
Courtyard, redesigned by business travelers for business travelers.
Go team.
Tommy.
Marco?
Looking good.
I thank you.
Love the jacket.
Do you?
Yes.
$90.
What?
Ooh, nice shoe.
$50.
I'm proud of you.
Love the hair.
Oh, yeah, my cousin does it. $20.
Very nice.
Nice tie.
Thanks for thinking my tie's nice.
What'd you spend on that?
$12.
Double cheeseburger, $1.
McDonald's melty, beefy double cheeseburger.
I'll give you $2.
3.
What, are you made of money?
Just one of the extravagant choices on the dollar menu. Are you a dollar millionaire?
I want to change the way I drive.
I want a vehicle with 0 emissions.
I want a hybrid that fits my life.
I want to use a cleaner burning fuel.
I want to grow my fuel, not drill for it.
I want a hybrid my family can afford.
I want a car smart enough to turn off half its cylinders when it doesn't need them.
I want to go electric.
I want a truck that runs on alternative fuel.
I want a car I can plug in. I want hydrogen power.
I want to make a difference.
I want to drive smarter.
I want to live greener.
I want new ideas. I want new ideas.
I want new ideas.
Americans want something better, and so do we. Today, it's high-mileage cars and trucks, E85 ethanol-capable vehicles, and new hybrids. Tomorrow, it'll be Chevys powered by hydrogen and electricity.
I want a better world.
I want a better world.
I want a better world.
We want a better world.
Chevy, from gas-friendly to gas-free. That's an American revolution.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Back in Philadelphia, who's healthy, who's not? Those are the questions. Now for some of the answers to the field, and Andrea Kramer. Hello, Andrea.
Hello, Al. Will the Eagles get back the heart of their defense tonight? 6-time Pro Bowl safety Brian Dawkins, who missed the last 5 games with a neck injury. Now he will start, but they're going to try to limit him to about 30 plays. Now, speaking of the defense, last night, coordinator Jim Johnson showed his guys clips of Terrell Owens, Marion Barber, and Tony Romo, interspersed with the knockout scenes from Rocky. His message, be physical, because tonight's going to be a battle.
Jim Johnson's defense is always physical, always aggressive. Wade Phillips, whose pedigree is defense, and his defense has been playing well, but as we said at the top, the offense has been tremendous with Tony Romo at the helm. Second in scoring, second in total offense, and Philadelphia will get the ball as Carell Buckhalter will drop back to receive the kick for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the rookie Nick Folk will kick off for the Dallas Cowboys. The fireworks, the crowd rises as one, and here we go from the city of brotherly love as the kickoff is taken at the 11-yard line by Carell Buckhalter. Straight up the middle he comes to the 36-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will start their first drive. Bobby Carpenter makes the tackle. Let's take a look at the Philly starters.
Donovan McNabb, Syracuse University.
Brian Westbrook, Villanova University.
Thomas DePay, the University of Minnesota.
Kevin Curtis, Utah State.
Reggie Brown, Carrollton High School.
L.J. Smith, Rutgers University.
William Thomas, Florida State.
Todd Herman, Saginaw Valley State.
Jamal Jackson, Delaware State.
Sean Andrews, the big kid, Arkansas.
John Runyon, Michigan.
Andrews, a Pro Bowl starter last year. Runyon playing with a broken tailbone in his 12th season. McNabb will start from the shotgun on first down from the 36-yard line. Westbrook stays in the block. And then McNabb, with everybody covered, loses the ball, and the Dallas Cowboys have recovered at the 37-yard line. So the Dallas defense does its job. McNabb couldn't find anybody open, and Brady James winds up recovering the fumble. Marcus Spears punched the ball loose.
Right, and that's what you call a coverage sack, because he had plenty of time here. You see, and then he steps up and he buys some more time. He looks down, there's no one open, no one to throw to, and then Spears gets there. But the thing is, when he starts to feel that pressure and he's going up in the middle of the pocket, he has to figure, I can't throw the ball. I better get both hands on it.
DeMarcus Ware put the pressure on. Spears dislodged it. James recovers it. And now on first down, their first play of the night from scrimmage is a Julius Jones run for one. Here is the Dallas offense.
Tony Romo, Eastern Illinois.
Julius Jones, Notre Dame.
Deion Anderson, UConn.
Terrell Owens, Tennessee Chattanooga.
Patrick Creighton, Northwestern Oklahoma State. Jason Witten, Tennessee.
Lozo Adams, Michigan State.
Kyle Kozar, Arizona State.
Andre Gerard, Colorado.
Leonard Davis, Texas.
Mike Colombo, Boston College.
Julius Jones, the starting running back. We'll also see a lot of Marion Barber. They have split the carries this season. Romo gets rid of it quickly to Jason Witten, who is their leading receiver with 42 grabs, and he's tackled by Brian Dawkins. So Tony Romo, a guy who a year ago was barely known by anybody, breaking in as the Cowboy starter about halfway through the season, and John, now the recipient of a $67 million six-year deal.
Yeah, and the way that he's playing, he deserved that. Remember the last Cowboy game we had, we talked about, really be a free agent at the end of the year and those types of things, and I said at that time, Jerry Jones isn't going to let this thing go. The Cowboys had a bye, and they signed him during the bye week.
They've had a tough enough time since the retirement of Troy Aikman finding anybody. On third down now, it is caught by Owens, and that move picks up the first down and a lot more, and Owens takes it all the way to the 10-yard line. What a job he did with Sheldon Brown. Brown had a chance to stop him just shy of the first down, spun around him like he wasn't even there, and gains 23.
Well, that's what Terrell Owens is. They talk about being a physical guy. He is physical after he catches a ball. When he turns and runs like this, he is very, very physical. And that to me is his specialty. It's not that he runs the greatest patterns, but after he catches it, he's as dangerous as there is.
Here's Julius Jones on first and goal. The nose of the ball was right on the 10-yard line. He gets 3. Second down and goal. Javon Curse in on the tackle for Philadelphia.
The one thing that the Cowboys are getting here early in this game is good pass protection, because if Tony Romo, as I said earlier, he is the real deal. And if he can get the time like he's had here, because he has that quick release, he has good velocity, and he has the receivers. The two that he's just thrown to, Jason Witten first, and then, of course, Terrell Owens.
Now Jones is out, and Barber is in the game. Marion Barber, the third, is the running back. Owens goes in motion on second down and goal. Swings back to the right side. Barber, who has a nose for the end zone, will take it to the 1-yard line. Marion Barber comes in averaging 5.7 yards per carry with 5 rushing touchdowns this season. Trent Cole makes the stop. Third down and goal.
And they take Marion Barber out on this play. You'd think maybe that they would run him again on third down, because he's a great finisher. He's a great finisher of runs. He's a great finisher at the goal line. He's a great finisher in the fourth quarter. I would say that this is probably going to be a pass or a play-action pass.
Second, as in second best, is the Philly red zone defense. Romo out of the shotgun.
It'll just be a drop-back pass.
Instead, it's an inside handoff and an easy touchdown for Jones. They normally give it to Barber to run it in. For Jones, only his second rushing touchdown of the season. And for the Cowboys, just their second first quarter touchdown of the season. The other came in their last game before the bye.
A great job by offensive coordinator Jason Garrett making this call. He does everything that shows you it's going to be a pass. He takes Marion Barber out, puts in Julius Jones, gets in the shotgun, split back, then runs a draw on the goal line.
The rookie Folk with the extra point. So Dallas, off its bye week, comes out hot, red hot, off a Philly fumble. 7-0 Cowboys.
You have been assigned middle, seat 34E.
Can I get an aisle seat?
No, Mr. High Maintenance. You may not have an aisle seat.
There are no others.
No.
There are no
seat.
There are no. But I was told.
I'm sorry, but I think you have me confused with an airline that cares.
Want more freedom to sit where you like?
Next.
Fly Southwest Airlines and experience the freedom of open seating.
You are now free to move about the country.
Isn't there a faster way you can do this?
No.
Doing things faster means waiting less. And with Sprint, you'll wait less to make calls with unlimited calling starting at 7 p.m. instead of 9. For more ways to wait less, go to waitless.org. Now get the Moto Razr V3M for only $49.99 from Sprint.
This is the story of how the all-new Highlander Hybrid with EV mode kept one man from losing his mind. In the past, when Steve got home from work, his old car woke up the baby a total of 390 times, which led to 1,940 miles of pacing, the equivalent of staying awake for 41 days straight. But that was before Steve got an all-new Highlander Hybrid. Whoops. With the really quiet EV mode.
Sunday Night Football brought to you by Southwest Airlines with convenient nonstop flights like having your own company plane. By the all-new 2008 Toyota Highlander Sport, everything counts. By Sprint, the official telecommunications service sponsor of the NFL. This is the NFL at Sprint speed. And by refreshingly smooth Bud Light, always worth it. Philadelphia on this cool 49-degree early November night, and this crowd was pumped at the beginning of the game. In fact, when the Eagles came out to warm up, several of them looked like they were in the middle of the game trying to get the crowd going. Donovan McNabb and Brian Dawkins, and they were going, but a fumble and a Dallas drive has silenced them for the moment. Now Terrell Buckwalter brings the kickoff back up to the 24-yard line, and as the offense comes out for Philadelphia, let's take a look at the Dallas D.
Marcus Spears, Louisiana State. Jay Ratliff, Auburn.
Chris Canty, Wahoo Wah.
Greg Ellis, North Carolina.
Brady James, LSU.
Aiken Adele, Purdue.
Marcus Ware, Troy. Jock Reeves, Boilermaker.
Roy Williams, Oklahoma.
Ken Hamlin, Arkansas.
Terrence Newman, Kansas State.
John, we're going to have to go down to that Wahoo Wah one of these days.
That's where I'd like to be from. Where are you from? Wahoo Wah.
For the record, Canty went to Virginia. And there's a little screen that they set up, but the pass is too high. The coverage was there anyway. And already the crowd starts to boo. So McNabb has fumbled and then thrown a high screen. Donovan has played well in two particular games this year. One against Detroit when Philadelphia scored 8 touchdowns in week 3. They thought they had it turned around, but they didn't. And then his other good game was last week, John, in the Metrodome against the Vikings.
And he looked last week against the Vikings like he was moving better in the pocket. And that is so big for Donovan McNabb, that he can move in the pocket, avoid a rush. He'll be able to buy a little time to get the ball deeper.
McNabb coming off knee surgery, tore his ACL a year ago. Hands the ball off to Westbrook. He is tackled there by Canty, and that will set up a 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles.
You know, one thing about Donovan McNabb, you know, he can work his way out of a hole. You know, there are some quarterbacks that, you know, they get down and they just can't work themselves out of it. Donovan McNabb, I've seen him so many years do this. You know, get off to a bad start. I mean, he has a fumble. He has an interception. He has a bad play. And you think, geez, this isn't his night. And then, boom, he turns it around and it's going the other way.
Pass rating this year is 90, which is good. 8 TDs, only 2 picks. And on 3rd down, he converts as he throws to the outside and hits Reggie Brown. Reggie Brown with 8 catches last week after he'd gotten off to a very slow start this year, and a 1st down for the Eagles, their first.
One thing Donovan McNabb told us the other day is he's going to look up Jock Reeves, number 35, and he says that they think that they can get some things done on him. And you know, when you have Jock Reeves on one side and Terrence Newman on the other side, one of the better corners in football, you're going to go towards Jock Reeves.
Anthony Henry is active. He's the other corner, but he will be used sparingly. Good play fake buys time, and then that passes into the Eagle bench. But Reeves is a guy, John, talking about Reeves and the fact McNabb figures to look his way a lot. Reeves is a guy who, you know, thought he might have been on the bubble in training camp. Not only makes the team, but now with the injuries to Newman and to Henry, he started every game.
Yeah, that's what Wade Phillips was saying. I got a guy starting at corner that, you know, a couple months ago, I didn't even know if he was going to be on our team. And, you know, and that's really one of the strengths of the Cowboys when they're healthy. Terrence Newman on one side and Anthony Henry on the other side.
So Henry standing on the sidelines. And this is Westbrook going through the middle and close to a 1st down, and has it. They'll spot the ball across the 49-yard line. He's tackled by Brian Westbrook, their leading rusher and their leading receiver. 35 catches coming into the game.
You know, and Westbrook is one of those guys that you look at and you say he's not, you know, a big running back, therefore he's just going to go to the outside and catch his passes, but he is a very good inside runner, and he's also a very good blocker.
And boy, did they miss him the last time we saw the Eagles on that Sunday night against the Giants. They didn't have him. It was the night, among other things, the Giants had 12 sacks, 6 by Osi Umenyiora. Across the 50 goes Westbrook. He takes the ball to the Dallas 48. Tackled there by Aiken Adele with 9 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
You know, when you have a guy like Brian Westbrook, you just don't want to run him too much because, you know, you want to keep him in the game. You want to keep him fresh. I mean, he's your best runner and he's your best pass receiver. So, you know, you have to get Buckholder in there every once in a while just to give him a break so that he can play like your best runner and your best pass receiver.
Villanova, Brian averaging 4.9 yards per carry. League average is always around 4. This year it's 4.1. McNabb stepping up, fires over the middle, on target, catch is made at the 33 by Reggie Brown. Inside the 20, inside the 10, and Brown will make it first and goal, taking it to 3 before he's caught by Terrence Newman. And boy, do they need Reggie Brown to pick it up because he was absent for most of the first month and a half of the season. Came on last week.
I think they need Anthony Henry because they are going to work on Jock Reeves. They find out where he lines up, and they're going to run ins on him. They're going to run outs on him. That's what Donovan McNabb said the other day. He said, I'm going to look for Jock Reeves. I'm going to look for number 35, and I am going to go after him. But I'll tell you, the other thing that is a big part of that is the pass protection he has.
From the 3 on first and goal. Westbrook cuts it back, gets into the end zone. The Philadelphia Eagles go 75 yards in 7 plays with balance, 4 rushes, 4 passes, and Westbrook in for the score.
Yeah, and that's what Donovan McNabb can do. You know, we said he fumbles and he comes right back and makes some big throws. Good blocking on the left side. The ball was starting to the right. That was play side. Good blocking back here on the left side so Westbrook could make the cutback. That's the thing. You know, it used to be one time you really only had a block play side. You didn't worry too much backside, but now backside sometimes becomes run more to than play side.
Akers to the point after 8 plays from their own 25-yard line. 4 rushes, 4 throws. Reggie Brown with a big play to set him up for the Westbrook touchdown. And we're knotted at 7.
So you got those test results back here?
Man, that looks refreshing. Guys, how about a cold Bud Light?
Definitely.
As soon as we finish this.
Okay, guys, in 3.
Good evening. Corporate merger taxes stock market. City Council, Pacific Ocean. Stacy?
Sunny.
Thanks, Stacy. 5-4, 81-60, 17-0. That's it for sports.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Hey, our ratings are in. We're up to 9th place.
Yeah.
Introducing the Samsung Juke.
Hey.
Samsung, leading the music phone revolution.
NBC Tomorrow, a Heroes 5-episode event that will bring them all together.
You are the most powerful of us all.
To fight the future.
You and I are going to change history.
All new Heroes tomorrow on NBC.
Tomorrow night on NBC, the Heroes will set out to change the future. 5 new episodes beginning tomorrow night, 9 Eastern and Pacific, 8 Central and Mountain, right here on NBC. The Rocky statue here in Philadelphia.
Rocky has muscles in places you don't have muscles.
That's right. Good sculptor. Kickoff by Akers is going to be fielded by Isaiah Stanback, who's making his NFL debut right here. And the rookie 4th-round draft pick out of Washington brings it back to the 28-yard line. So Romo comes back out to lead his second drive. 7-7 in Philadelphia.
Truckers will tell you, commanding 10,000 pounds is hard. Keeping it in line, downright hell. This truck's got a trapezoidal frame and big old leaf springs that'll help you stay on track. No, sir. Ain't nothing gonna wag this dog. Available on the full-size Tundra Crew Max. The truck that's changing it all.
My allergies make it hard to work, but I can't take an allergy medicine that puts my head in a fog. That's why I'm Claritin Clear out here and in here too. Whether it's dust, mold, or Sam here, Claritin relieves all my worst indoor allergy symptoms for 24 hours. I sneeze, this guy could lose his nose. Only Claritin is proven to make me alert and focused. And Claritin won't make me drowsy like other allergy medicines can. For me, a sharp mind's more important than a sharp chisel. Non-drowsy Claritin. Live Claritin Clear, indoors and out.
For Pro Bowl.
In order to become the champion, you have to knock off the champion. And in order for you to get that trophy, it's got to come through Philadelphia.
If I was here in Philly, then yeah, that would be a great statement. But, you know, I'm with the Cowboys this year, so he'll have to watch on the couch, you know, come the playoffs.
McNabb and Owens giving the press a little to chew on this week. I guess in one sense you have to come through the town of the champions, and they did win the NFC East, but right now it's the Dallas Cowboys who are on top in the NFC East, but precariously at 6-1. Giants are 6-2, and they are off today. From the 28-yard line, Romo sets up a backside screen to Jones, who gets a block, and then Jones gets it up to the 33-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. He's tackled there by the tackle, Mike Patterson.
Yeah, we're talking about Tony Romo being the real deal, and I think that Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, is also the real deal. And, you know, it's not going to be long before this guy's going to be a head coach in the league. And he was telling, you know, he scripts the first 15 plays, and he has 2 goals. There's one to get Tony Romo going, and 2 to get his offensive line going. And in that first drive, he did both of them.
2nd and 5. Here's Jones for a gain of 2, tackled by Gaither. Garrett was almost the head coach before he even knew it, because if you think back when Bill Parcells retired, Jerry Jones went out and hired Garrett and didn't give him a job. He was either going to be the offensive coordinator, which he turned out to be, or maybe even the head coach. And then Jerry just looked around, found Wade Phillips, and decided this would be the perfect combo. Wade is the head coach, Garrett is the offensive coordinator, and maybe the eventual head coach.
Right, and so far Jerry's been right. And you look at Jason Garrett, you can tell he's a young guy by the font on that playlist.
3rd and 3. Jones on the inside give off the big rush, and Jones should have enough for the first down with forward progress. Everybody came for Philadelphia, and then Jones was able to take the inside give and just get across the yellow stripe. First down to the 39-yard line. They'll measure, but it appears to be a first.
Yeah, 2 big 3rd down plays. He ran a draw. Remember the one on the goal line for the touchdown was a 3rd down draw, and this one's a 3rd down draw.
Referee tonight is Scott Green. And that will be a first down. Tony Romo has had a lot of success getting outside the pocket this year, but the Philadelphia Eagles would like to, despite that, keep him in the pocket tonight.
Yeah, that's what Jim Johnson is saying, that they want to keep him in the pocket, or if he's going to be flushed, they want him to go to his left. So they don't want him to be able to get out of the pocket and go to his right. They say that's where he's the most dangerous. Either keep him in the pocket or flush him to his left.
5.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Game tied at 7. He's going to the outside is Jones, and he goes nowhere. Jaquay Thomas and Trent Cole make the stop. Romo, when he gets out of the pocket, can do some great things over the last 2 seasons. Take a look at that. He has the highest completion percentage and the highest passer rating in the NFL. We mentioned that to him last night, and he said, really? He said, I'm going to have to get outside of the pocket more.
Well, you know what it was? I think, it's all instinct. I mean, it's not something that he thinks, I'm going to drop back and then get outside of the pocket. He drops back, feels pressure, starts to move, continues to look upfield and throw the ball, and doesn't even think that he's out of the pocket.
Dead in the pocket this time and right on target to Owens, who gets stopped just a little short of the first down by Quentin Michael, who's done a nice job backing up Dawkins while Dawkins was hurt. Crowd gives Owens a salute. Owens said this week, as we take a look at it, he says, there's love in those boos. I guess it's all in the ear of the beholder, huh?
Right, and that's an interesting pattern there, because I was talking to Terrell Owens last night, and he says, we don't run slants anymore. And he just ran a slant there. And he said, that was my big pattern. He said, I think we ought to do more of it. So maybe he not only told us that, but that's one of the first slants he says that he's run.
Barber is in the game. The fake to him on 3rd and 1. That buys Romo a ton of time, but the Philly secondary does good work. And then a dump off to Barber. And Barber inside the 40 and all the way down to the 32-yard line for a first down.
Right, and it's just the type of thing we were talking about. Tony Romo getting outside the pocket and to his right. And that's what Jim Johnson didn't want. He wanted to keep him in the pocket or make him come to his left. You see, he has time here, very good protection. Then he gets out of the pocket. Where does he go? He goes to the right. And the thing that always impresses me about him is as he's running, he always has his eyes upfield looking to make a completion.
Barber's father, Marion Jr., played with the Jets. Both went to the University of Minnesota. This is Marion III, and he's still in the game, and the fake to him again. And Romo this time, again, improvising, dumps it off to Barber again. And that's another first down. So 2 plays in a row where he fakes to Barber. Barber goes out into the pattern and makes the catch. And Romo is now 6 for 6 for 77 yards.
And both of them, again, were Tony Romo getting out of the pocket, going to his right. Play fake, get up in the pocket, get out to his right, and find Marion Barber again. And again, that's just his instinct. He doesn't even know. If you would ask him, he probably thought that he made a play-action fake and made a drop-back pass.
That was good for 14. The prior play was good for 22. Here goes Barber again, and Barber is inside the 5 and takes it to the 2-yard line. Deion Anderson, the fullback, throwing a block. So 2 passes to Barber, and now this run by Barber, and it's a first down and goal.
That was one of the things that Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, was worried about, the running of Marion Barber. He said he thinks that Marion Barber is the toughest runner in the NFL and the hardest guy to bring down. I'll tell you, if you think he's hard now in the first quarter, wait until you see him in the fourth quarter.
That was a 16-yard run. He stays in the game. 2 receptions and a run, and now another fake to him, and Romo will throw to the back of the end zone, and leaping up and making the catch for the touchdown is Tony Curtis, the number 3 tight end. Tony Curtis, who caught a big pass in that game in Buffalo when they came from behind and produced that miracle finish on the 53-yard field goal. Tony Curtis, second-year tight end out of Portland State, for the touchdown.
Here you have your goal line offense, which is 3 tight ends. You go a bootleg. The coverage was pretty good by 37, Sean Considine there, but Romo makes a perfect throw. I mean, Tony Curtis caught that ball where only he was going to catch it. There was no way Considine or the defense could get to it.
Falk for the extra point. Romo, 7 out of 7, paying early dividends. on that $66 million deal. 14-7 Dallas.
This is the story of how the all-new Highlander hybrid with EV mode kept one man from losing his mind. In the past, when Steve got home from work, his old car woke up the baby a total of 390 times, which led to 1,940 miles of pacing, the equivalent of staying awake for 41 days straight. But that was before Steve got an all-new Highlander hybrid. Whoops. With the really quiet EV mode.
See anything?
Nope.
Nothing? They always hide them up there.
Nothing good anyway.
Whoa, that's where they are.
Where are you going?
What is going on here?
Whoa, buddy, that's a big no-no.
This holiday, put together gifts they can't wait to get their hands on.
Like Xbox 360, Guitar Hero 3, and Best Buy's exclusive faceplates. That's wow guaranteed. Only at Best Buy.
Perfect.
All malt.
Always perfect.
All imported noble aroma hops.
Together
in a classic European-style brewing tradition.
Back together again. Yeah.
The beer brewed for connoisseurs. Experience the unmistakable taste of Michelob. Distinct by design.
He was sent the government's biggest secrets.
Get down!
And forced to be something he wasn't.
Don't you think this would be a good time for me to be waiting in the car?
And tomorrow night, Chuck finally finds out why.
No one can know about this.
Chuck, tomorrow on NBC.
From the East Coast to the West Coast, next week we'll be in San Diego. Peyton Manning and his Colts come to town against the San Diego Chargers. Two teams winding up on the short end today. Football night begins at 7 Eastern time. Colts, Chargers. The game next Sunday night as Folk sends one into the night air to the 5-yard line. Terrell Buckwalter chugging his way up to the 26-yard line. 2:06 remaining in the opening quarter in Philadelphia. The Dallas Cowboys, who scored one touchdown in a first quarter all season coming into the night, have a pair here in Philly and lead 14-7.
We must stop inflation. Senator, how is that achievable?
More than just fries. I can choose whatever celebrity's nose I want, but I have to have fries with my combo. What about a baked potato? Chili, a side salad, more than just fries. This is America, people.
He's making more sense than the governor.
At Wendy's, you can have more than just fries with your combo, like a side salad, baked potato, or even chili at no extra cost.
That's right. If you think there's no big news in battery technology, consider this. Now you can take up to 5,000 pictures over the life of 2 batteries. New Duracell rechargeables. They're rechargeables reinvented. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Everybody's cheering for Shrek the Third on DVD November 13th.
Oh, I love Third!
It's the best Shrek yet. Gene Shalit hails Long Live Shrek. Shrek the Third, on the biggest comedy hit of the year on DVD November 13th.
Sweetie, got you this new phone with a full keyboard, because you're my number one. Hey, honey, got you this great phone from Verizon Wireless, because you're my number one. There you are. Got you this new phone with VCast, because, you know, you're my number one.
Saving the best for numero uno. That's right.
Get a great deal on these cool Samsung phones. Plus, join the Verizon Wireless Family Share Plan and add a line for $9.99. Verizon Wireless.
She's stronger, faster, and this Wednesday, she's back.
Bring it on.
With an all-new episode. All-new Bionic Woman, Wednesday on NBC.
Pressure guys for Dallas. DeMarcus Ware, 5.5 sacks. He comes on almost every pass play. Greg Ellis comes back from a torn Achilles, which he suffered last November. Didn't play until after the season began, but back in the starting lineup now for the second week in a row. Now McNabb, short drop, quick throw to the left side. That one is caught by Kevin Curtis, who came over in the offseason as a free agent acquisition from the Rams, tackled by Henry, a gain of 8.
You know, you look at Greg Ellis on one side and DeMarcus Ware on the other side, and in a three-man line, the two outside linebackers will always be the dominant pass rushers. And, you know, it's not the defensive ends. They're more like tackles. And then you got a nose tackle, and the inside linebackers are more run stoppers. But your pass rushers are the two outside linebackers.
Westbrook angles over the right side to pick up a first down on a 2nd down and 2. Brian Westbrook taking the ball out to the 36-yard line.
Remember, Greg Ellis was a defensive end, and now he's playing linebacker, and he plays the run very well. I mean, he has very quick and very strong hands. And he goes pop, and he gets those hands right on the shoulder pads of the blocker. And he's just too strong for tight ends.
Number 1 draft choice back in '98. He and Flozell Adams have been with the Cowboys the longest at this point. And McNabb going deep, and he's looking in Reeves' direction, and that's Reeves back there covering on Reggie Brown, and Mr. Reeves is going to have a very active night, no doubt about it. 2nd and 10.
You know what they did on the first series there, the Eagles came out with 3 wide receivers, so the Cowboys had 6 defensive backs in there. And now they just got Reeves, but look, he's getting help from Roy Williams. You watch, see, there's Williams, number 31. So what they started, you know, you just stay deep. We'll give you help deep and help to the inside. And that was Roy Williams there. So they doubled on Reeves' side.
Reeves this time on the slot on the right defensive side. McNabb hands the ball off through the middle. And across the 40 to the 42-yard line goes to Westbrook. Final minute of the opening quarter. Andy Reid now in his 9th year here, so he has faced the Cowboys 16 times in his 8 years at the helm, and he's won 12 of those games, 12-4 and 7-1 in Philadelphia.
And your heart just goes out to Andy Reid. I mean, Andy Reid is a great guy and a great coach, and having family problems like this is really tough.
And throwing, that'll be a first down to midfield as Anthony Henry makes the tackle on Curtis. After Curtis makes the catch, and we tick down to zeros to end the first quarter. Good entertaining period. Dallas scoring twice to lead 14-7. Philadelphia on the move right now, and Sunday Night Football resumes after these messages.
Trouble getting to work after a car accident? One call to Farmers Help Point could fix that. Farmers Help Point. Sanity makes a comeback.
This Friday comes the most exciting movie of the year. Lions for Lambs is an astounding political thriller you won't be able to turn away. Lions for Lambs, rated R, worldwide Friday.
Personal foul? Inactive activities on a glorious day. Huh? Let's get out there and play!
Sweet.
Ooh, freeze!
When do I get to be in? Uh-oh. Hey, Reggie, frozen people can't talk. An hour a day.
I'm it. There are lots of great play ideas online, but don't stay too long.
Last week on Phenomenon, an explosive fight erupted live.
I think it's comical.
You
claim that
Phenomenon, live Wednesday on NBC.
Back in Philadelphia, looking down Broad Street, City Hall. Town vibrant over the weekend. Beautiful weekend here in southeastern Pennsylvania. Even for that guy, he loves coming into Philadelphia. He just loves to stir it up.
Yeah, he does. Did you hear any love in those boos? I was listening for it because you said he was saying that there's love in it. I didn't hear much love in those boos.
Well, he thinks there's love in those boos. That's a gain of 6 here for Westbrook, but as I say, it's It's an ear of the beholder.
Well, you know, he was very good for the Eagles. I mean, you know, you think they haven't had a top receiver in a long time, and he was that guy. And, you know, I mean, he did, you know, go to the Super Bowl with them. So it wasn't like, you know, he was a bust here. I mean, Terrell Owens was a very good football player before he got here. And, you know, he was here, and he is after he's here.
Tough love in those blues. 2nd and 3. McNabb over the middle, and that's incomplete. Coverage is good, intended for L.J. Smith, the tight end, and Brady James covering him on the play. McNabb and Owens together for a year and a half. 04 was pretty good. They went to the Super Bowl, and as you can see, almost a touchdown per game. And then all of the wide receivers won every 26 passes over his career. So clearly, Owens was the best of the guys he has ever thrown to on the outside. Had a decent year again, but then 05 became a mess, and they finally suspended him and got rid of him. McNabb under pressure throws, and that is caught at the 32-yard line to L.J. Smith, coming back off groin surgery, so he's working his way back into the lineup. They go to him on 2 passes in a row, and this one is good for a first down.
You know, this whole thing starts with pass protection, and if you're going to, the guy you have to get blocked is right there, DeMarcus Ware. I mean, he's the biggest and best pass rusher on this team, and William Thomas does a good job there to give Donovan McNabb time to get the ball to L.J. Smith.
From the 31. But what a difference Thomas makes. Only 12 sacks in all of the games that he has played. And the one game he missed, a dozen sacks for the Giants. 16 in the games. All of the games that Thomas has played. That intended for Curtis is incomplete.
You ever notice that Donovan McNabb, when he throws a bad pass, it's really bad? I mean, it'll be like real low and away or real high. And you know, I was thinking about that the other day, and maybe that's why he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. His bad passes, his guy doesn't get them, but your guy doesn't get them either. And like that one there, I mean, there was no way his guy was going to catch that, but there was no way a Cowboy was going to catch it either.
They're not just off; they're either in the ground or in the 3rd row.
Way off, right?
2nd and 10. McNabb is going to throw back, and that screen is busted up and read beautifully by Brady James. They set it up, and in came Brady James, and nobody blocked him. And there's a loss on the play of 4 yards.
And that's Brady James's play. I mean, the Cowboys are playing man-to-man, and you see Brady James. He's just watching here all the way. When they go out there for the screen, he just goes exactly with it. You know, it's tough. You like to throw a screen pass against a zone defense when the linebackers are dropping off. When the linebackers are playing man-to-man on the back, it's tough to get a screen.
3rd and 15. Donovan out of the gun, and then that is dropped out in the flat. That's Terrell Buckhalter, who started to turn around before he looked the ball in. So this drive will stall at the Dallas 36-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
This is I was going to say it's a tough decision, but it's already been made. The Eagles are going to punt. I mean, you're right at that cusp there where you kick a field goal or punt. You better get this one inside the 10-yard line.
So Rocca, each of these teams with an Australian import as a punter. Matt McBriar does the kicking for Dallas. And Rocca's boot is fair caught at the 6-yard line by Patrick Creighton. 12.5 left in the half. Cowboys up by a touchdown.
A hybrid is a combination of what and what?
Gas and electric.
Right, and are hybrids big?
No.
Ah, they're teensy-weensy, aren't they?
Yes.
Wrong.
This is America's first full-size hybrid SUV.
Chevy Tahoe. Up to 50% better city fuel economy than the non-hybrid Tahoe. And is it gigantic?
Yes.
Brilliant?
Yes.
Can it do jobs teensy-weensy hybrids can't do?
Yes.
That's why they made it.
Chevy, from gas-friendly to gas-free. That's an American revolution.
Awesome home theater, Coach.
You bet it is, John. Circuit City's the only place for high def.
What's that?
Fantasy scores. Hey, Circuit City's got Fire Dog. Fire Dog does it all. Home theater installs, wireless network, everything.
Then why aren't we at your place?
Wife's a favor, ruin the new carpet.
For home theater installation, PC services, and more, ask for Fire Dog, only at Circuit City.
Pass the ribs, John.
No matter how different you are, you still got to appreciate a foot-long Subway club. Piled high with flavor and still low fat. Subway, eat fresh.
Tony Romo, 5th year, but only the 2nd year. He has been a player out of Eastern Illinois, undrafted, signed with Dallas back in 2003. Threw his first pass in mid-October last year. First start came on a Sunday night at Charlotte, late October. And then earlier this week, $67.5 million.
Well, I think definitely I'm a better person now because I have more money.
And that's Tony Romo. He's got a great sense of humor. He's got an impish sense of humor. Loves to have fun. 1st and 10. The ball is at the 6-yard line. Barber is the running back, and this is Marion trying to get outside. Picks up 3. Takes it to the 9. Remember what Bill Parcells said about Romo last year? I'll never forget. He said, everybody's very excited about, how Romo was playing. Bill said, we just have to keep him on the reservation.
Right, and I don't think that Tony Romo is a guy that you have to worry about going off the reservation. I mean, some of those stories I think are inflated. I mean, he's with Britney Spears or something like that. He said he just happened to be in the same room with her, but I think that's really not what Tony Romo is. What we're seeing tonight is what Tony Romo really is.
And there's Jerry Jones will be writing those checks. As Romo swings it to the outside, Owens bobbles and makes the catch, and it's close to a first down as he's tackled inbounds along the sideline by Lito Shepherd.
We were asking Terrell Owens last night about Lito Shepherd, the one corner, and Sheldon Brown, the other, and he said, well, Sheldon Brown will be more physical. He'll jam me. And he said Lito Shepherd will tend to shadow you, and not be physical, not try and bump him. Again, both sides know each other very well from having played together and practiced together every day.
Eagles went out and drafted Shepherd and Brown in the same draft, and they, in essence, took over for Bobby Taylor and Troy Vincent, who'd manned the corners so stellarly for so many years. Romo, a little floater out of the pocket to Barber. And Barber is up to the 31-yard line. Tackled there by Jaquay Thomas. And Tony Romo is pitching a perfect game at this point. He is, and it's a symmetrical game. 9 of 9 for 99 yards.
Right, and did you notice every time he throws it to Marion Barber, it's a floater? I mean, every one, it's not like he's putting a lot of juice on that thing or drilling it. It's just floating it out there to Marion Barber.
From the 30-yard line. Barber across the 33 to the 34-yard line. Barber has now carried the ball a total of 4 times for 28 yards. Jones 6 times for 10 yards and a touchdown.
It surprises me that Marion Barber plays this much earlier in the game. I know that Wade Phillips likes to save him and keep him fresh for that 4th quarter because he's one of those guys that can really finish off a game for you, and he wants Marion Barber in that position. He was doing a good job over there as Flozell Adams on Trent Cole.
The hotel. Romo throws, and that's his first incomplete pass of the night. Trying to go to his tight end, Jason Witten, running down the left side numbers, and the pressure was put on by Takeo Spikes, the outside linebacker. In his 10th year, came over to trade with Buffalo in the offseason.
And I say that about Trent Cole because he's a leading sacker in the NFL. He has 9 sacks, so you always think, that guy that is a leading sacker, he's the guy that you better get blocked, and Flozell Adams has been blocking him tonight and doing a very good job in this first half.
3rd down and 6. The Cowboys are 4 for 4 on 3rd down tonight. Out of the pocket, on the run, caught by Owens, had the 1st down, then backed off and then gets it again as he takes it to the 41-yard line. Terrell Owens coming back to Philadelphia, and Terrell Owens tonight has already caught 4 passes for 46 yards.
Yeah, you can see Lito Shepherd gives a pretty good cushion over on that side and then misses the tackle on Terrell Owens, but the pursuit gets over there and gets to him after he gets a 1st down. That was against 6 defensive backs. On 3rd down, the Eagles are giving him 6 defensive backs or their dime package, and that's a pretty big blitz package too.
That's Creighton in motion. Barber is the running back. Play fake. Romo steps up, fires, and the pass is a little bit behind Terrell Owens and incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, we were talking about Flozell Adams against Trent Cole here, and if Flozell Adams can stay onside, and if he can get off when the ball is snapped, he is as good a pass protector as there can be in this league. When he has troubles, when he doesn't hear the count or he gets off a little late. But I'll tell you right now, I don't know what Trent Cole is going to do, but he can't take on Flozell Adams. He better start making some moves, like go up the field and then come underneath.
He can outspeed him, but he gives away 70 pounds. 270 to 340. Barber. Cole reaches out to try to slow him down, and then finally Gaither comes in to make the tackle. 3rd and long coming up.
You know, Cole used to be a guy that would just come in pass rushing situations because he's a little undersized, but then he started playing the run very well, and now Jim Johnson never takes him out. He's an every down player. But I think he has his work cut out for him here today against Flozell Adams.
And the Eagle defense has its work cut out on 3rd down. They haven't stopped Dallas yet.
And if this crowd would get into it, they'd make it tough to hear the snap count. Although the Cowboys are going silent count.
Now trying to get into it. Still not at full throat by any stretch. 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete, and finally they hold on 3rd down. Witten looks for a flag and doesn't get it. Sheldon Brown with the coverage, and Dallas forced the punt for the first time in the game.
Yeah, and they still, the Cowboys have good pass protection. We watched Flozell Adams against Trent Cole, and Trent Cole doesn't have a chance. I'll tell you who did have a chance is Sheldon Brown. That was a good play.
Yep. Matt McBriar averaging 49 yards a kick, tops in the league. Kicking to Reno Mahe. Low kick. Mahe with a chance for a run back, a beautiful spin move to get it started. And then he's forced out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Almost halfway through the 2nd quarter. Philly with the ball. Dallas with the lead.
The question is, how far can you go with a gallon of gas?
A half a mile? A mile? 3 miles!
Wow, you're strong. But this Chevy Aveo on a gallon of gas gets an EPA estimated 34 miles highway.
Wow!
It's one of 7 Chevy models that get an EPA estimated 30 mpg highway or better.
Wow! My dad can go 35 miles. Wow.
Chevy, from gas-friendly to gas-free. That's an American revolution.
In 2 days,
Ratatouille. Ratatouille.
the best reviewed film of the year is even sweeter on DVD with not 1, but 2 hilarious short films.
Exactly.
Disney Pixar's
Ratatouille.
on DVD and in high def only on Blu-ray this Tuesday.
Unchain my heart. Baby, let me go.
Life is busy, but some people seem to get more done than others. Multitaskers. They found a way to do several things all at once. And when the Palm Central was designed, Sprint thought of these people. Then we gave it Sprint speed. You can email, text, chat, go online so fast. People may wonder how many of you there really are.
Introducing the Palm Centro, only from Sprint, on the fastest national mobile broadband network.
Tomorrow, a 5-episode event starts on Heroes.
This can't be happening.
They've seen our future.
I'm going to die.
Now they have to stop it.
You can change history.
All new heroes tomorrow on NBC.
Tonight kicks off Green Week on all of the NBC Universal Media properties and shows, an effort to create awareness to better the environment. The Eagles pretty much taking the lead in that area. That building in downtown Philly, lighted in green. And the Go Green initiative here, led by Christina Lurie, the wife of the owner of the Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie, who I think when he bought the team in the early 90s, paid $180 million at that time, the highest price ever paid for a professional sports franchise. Westbrook stopped for no gain, and that was, and there is Christina and Jeff Lurie. That turned out to be, Johnny, pretty good investment.
Yeah, how much green has he made on it since then? What'd you say, 200?
Oh, I think less than that. It was about 180.
And now you would say the franchise is worth, what, $1 billion?
Over $1 billion, I would say,
yeah,
sure.
So he's made $800 million.
About 5.5 times. That's a pretty good investment. Like buying a few good calls. Play fake. McNabb rolling, throwing, and it's caught on the right side by Brent Selleck, the tight end. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Speaking of good, well, as long as we were talking about making money, Jim Cramer is here tonight. I didn't know Jim was here. I'm going to have to visit Jim at halftime. Find out what the futures look like for tomorrow.
You think he's thinking about that right now?
I'll bet you he is. He's waiting for those S&P futures to open. 3rd and 4. McNabb swings it to the outside. Brian Westbrook taken down, and a flag comes down. This has been a penalty-free half.
I thought the Eagles were going to get the ball up the field a little more. It looks like they're getting satisfied with those checkdowns and screens and that short stuff. And I really felt, watching them practice on Friday, they threw more deep passes than I've ever seen in an NFL practice.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, 15-yard penalty against the defense, automatic first down.
Take a look. Scott Green didn't designate who it was. Wade Phillips has that look as if to say, who is it?
Well, it's right there. It's number 41, Terrence Newman. Corner. I mean, he gets it and holds on to it. I don't know that really looked like the 15-yard variety. It looked more like the 5-yard variety.
You would think if you couldn't identify the guy, it would be the 5-yard variety, right?
We don't know who it was, but we're going to charge him 15.
First penalty of the game. And this is Westbrook, who goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8, setting up a 2nd down and 2 with under 6 minutes to play in the half. And John, again, to set the importance of this game for Philadelphia, they've dug a big early season hole. You get to 4-4 in the NFC. In the NFC, you're still in the playoff hunt. But if you lose, you're 4 games back in your own division, and they have a very tough schedule to come.
Right, and the thing is, I mean, you just can't go win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Somewhere, if you're going to be a playoff team, you have to get on a roll. And if they are going to get on a roll, tonight would be a good night to start.
Meanwhile, the Cowboys are 6-1, and everything looked great opening night. They beat the Giants, and then the Giants were 0-2. But now the Giants are 6-2, and next week, Dallas has to come back to this area, go up the turnpike about 90 miles and face the Giants.
Right, and that's gonna be a tough one for them because the Giants are playing a lot better defense now than they were early in the season.
Winners of 6 straight. Owens on the bench. Romo waiting his turn. 3rd down and 1. And this is Buckhalter and Chris Canty showing all muscles here. So they had a 2nd down and 2, and now they have a 4th down and 1.
Yeah, their play calling hasn't been very aggressive. I mean, I thought that Andy Reid has always been an aggressive play caller, and I thought that he was going to have that kind of game plan against the Cowboys. Go out, attack them, make something happen, and so far they haven't looked real aggressive offensively. Rocket
to punt. Patrick Creighton, who got married during the bye week, is back And he'll watch that kickoff sail into the end zone for a touchback. 4:21 remaining in the half. McNabb frustrated. So are the Eagle fans. Cowboys lead 14-7 on Sunday Night Football.
Mom, Dad, you gotta come see. What is that?
It came without warning.
Shut the door!
And transformed a town.
It's dead.
From the master of terror, Stephen King.
There's nothing out there.
Tie this around your waist and let us know you got at least 300 feet.
The mystery that surrounds them will become a fear.
Who knows how far this mist has spread?
It could be the whole world.
They may never escape.
We have to get out of here.
The Mist, directed by Frank Darabont. Rated R.
Do you hear that?
It's humming.
Oh, that's no ordinary hum. That's the sound of the future. The extended range electric car powered by the miracle of the advanced lithium-ion battery pack.
Huh?
You plug it in, and they expect you'll get up to 40 miles without a drop of gas.
Wow.
The Chevy Volt. I've heard the future, and it hums.
Chevy, from gas-friendly to gas-free. That's an American revolution.
Okay, after Grandma's, we can come home and you can open that.
Promise?
Come on. There's Grandma.
Merry Christmas, Mom!
Merry Christmas, Grandma!
I think we're done here.
Bye, Grandma! This holiday, give the gifts they can't wait to open.
Like this Sony Bio with Intel Centrino Duo processor technology. Give the freedom to roam and stay connected. And now save $150 instantly on select laptop computers. That's wow guaranteed. Only at Best Buy.
Wednesday, the Bionic Woman is back.
Could you zip me up?
Mixing business
Relationships can compromise the mission.
with pleasure.
Let me help.
What do you weigh, $110? Thanks.
Whatever.
All new Bionic Woman, Wednesday on NBC.
Look at downtown Philly from the riverbank. Wednesday, Bionic Cruise. South Philadelphia, the site of Lincoln Financial Field, and close to the site of the old Veterans Stadium and the old Municipal Stadium, where years ago and for decades they held the Army-Navy game. Long gone now. First down from the 20-yard line as Romo throws to Owens. Perfect pass, beautifully delivered along the left sideline at the 44-yard line for a gain of 24.
And they're just giving Tony Romo all kinds of time, and then when you try and press Terrell Owens, I mean, he is so big and so strong that he can just run right through a press. You know, I know that people say that, you know, we want to press, we want to hit him on the line of scrimmage, we want to be physical. I have never, ever seen that work against Terrell Owens.
5 catches for T.O. And this is Jones. So with Jones back in the game. He started, then it was Barber, now it's Jones. Kyle Kozar, the left guard, leading the way into Philadelphia territory. That's a gain of 15 yards and a first down at the 41.
You know, we always talk about Jason Whitney, you know, what a good receiver he is, and sometimes he really doesn't get credit for being as good a blocker as he is. I mean, he can really control that edge. He had an arm out there, part of his control, and then, as you said, Kyle Kozar pulling to the outside. But the offensive line of the Cowboys is dominating the defensive front of the Eagles.
Cowboys with 185 total yards to this point. They're averaging over 400 a game, so they're on that kind of a pace. Romo has a ton of time again, and he goes to Owens. And you know what's really interesting, talking about moving Owens around, last year Romo led the league in passing outside the numbers to the left in terms of pass rating. This year he leads the league in outside the numbers to the right. Now tonight on the last 2 passes he's gone back to the left side with Owens.
Yeah, I think Tony Romo is one of those guys that can spread it around. He can make all the throws to all parts of the field. And the number one guy that he's looking for now is Terrell Owens.
Jones. And Jones, tough to tackle. He'll take it to the 21-yard line with 2.5 minutes remaining in the half.
But again, I'm impressed with this offensive line of the Cowboys. If the Eagles are going to get in this game, they're going to have to win some of the battles at the line of scrimmage. They're not winning a single battle. I mean, they're losing it, you know, at both defensive ends. They're losing it at the tackles. They're losing it to the linebackers. Their front seven is getting whipped by the Cowboys. fact, you always think of the Eagles as being an aggressive defense, and tonight they've looked like a passive defense.
And the Cowboys have exploited them for 205 yards. 2-minute warning.
How did we get roped into this?
Don't worry. I got enough for both of us.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
First time at the Opera Place?
Samsung, official HD TV of the NFL, presents the play of the day. The Chargers' Antonio Cromartie caught a missed field goal and streaked by Vikings' Jeff Dugan and Artis Hicks for a 109-yard touchdown. Minnesota went on to win, but Cromartie's return set a new record as the longest play in NFL history.
A 109-yard touchdown by Antonio Cromartie.
Samsung, official HD TV of the National Football League.
Why did we devote 7 years to creating the new C-Class? Why did we road test it 14 million miles and wreck so many before we let you behind the wheel? Why did we engineer door hinges that could hold a 200-pound man and brakes that could slow the car from 80 to 0 in just 4 seconds? Why? Because we promised you a Mercedes-Benz. That's why.
Introducing the all-new 2008 C-Class, starting at $31,975.
What does a Nobel Prize winner have in common with a whacked-out environmental mascot?
Do you even compost your own feces?
They're both on 30 Rock.
A whale is in trouble. I have to go.
Part of all-new Comedy Night Done Right, Thursday on NBC.
Bob and the gang in New York. Toyota halftime report coming up. Pat's Colts Showdown, a recap of that one. Matt Lauer's up in the Arctic Circle, and Bob will be talking to him live. If Matt can open up his mouth and get it to move on the 4th night of November in the Arctic Circle. But here in Philadelphia, pleasant weather at 49 degrees, but the crowd not particularly happy right now. Their team is down by 7, and the Cowboys are moving again, and Romo's going to roll out of the pocket, throw it, and it picked off at the 9-yard line by Lito Shepherd. So just about everything the Cowboy offense did tonight has been right until now, and there's a flag down at the 19-yard line.
Ineligible, downfield, offense, number 70. Penalty is declined. First down.
Lito Shepherd, 7 picks in his last 7 games against the Cowboys, and at a most opportune time.
Why did we give the new C-Class almost 260 foot-pounds of torque? Why did we engineer suspension that automatically tightens for aggressive driving? Why did we equip it with Bluetooth, Sirius satellite radio, and a digital surround sound system? And why did we engineer every component to perform at Autobahn speeds? Why? Because we promised you a Mercedes-Benz. That's why.
Introducing the all-new 2008 C-Class, starting at $31,975.
We need more customers. So, what? Advertise?
Ask the ad guru. Yellowbook.com. Customers know what they want, not always where to find it.
Excellent. Yellow Book.
Business is off the charts.
Wherever you look, Yellow Book.
Parker.
Spider-Man 3.
He's gonna kill us both.
Now on DVD and Blu-ray high def.
Hurry up, kids!
Going nowhere with expired credit card miles? Whew.
Get Capital One's no-hassle rewards with no miles expiration, no earn caps, and no blackout dates.
You should switch to Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
In his search for answers,
why did the CIA have a file on me at Stanford?
Chuck is reunited with an old friend.
Oh, hey, this is a little awkward.
And learns the truth.
Oh, boy.
Just not from this guy. Chuck, tomorrow on NBC.
Tony Romo throwing the pick, his first of the night, 12 out of 16. And Lito Shepherd, another interception against the Cowboys.
Here's Patrick Creighton, and he's going to run across here. Now they have a blitz, Eagles blitz in the inside. Romo gets to the outside, and he has Creighton. He just didn't lead him. I mean, if he throws that ball to the sideline, Creighton has a chance at him. When he throws it a little behind him, Lito Shepherd has a better chance at it.
The Eagles have all of their timeouts. McNabb and then dumps it in, arm up to swat it. 2nd down and 10.
You know, the interesting thing, when the Eagles go like they did on this last first down, when they go 3 wide receivers, then the Cowboys answer that with 6 defensive backs. So they haven't really figured that out. I mean, sometimes you'll go 3 wide receivers, then that means they take out linebackers and put in more defensive backs, and it's a pretty good opportunity to run the ball, on first down.
Half a dozen DBs in here. McNabb throws, and that pass is incomplete. Henry covering Curtis, and that'll make it 3rd down and 10.
And you say, why is Anthony Henry in there? He's just coming off an injury, and they were just going to use him in the dime situation. Of course, like I said, then the Eagles go 3 wide receivers, so that brings in the Cowboys dime, and the Cowboys dime has been very successful.
Looking to the other side, the Cowboys have all of their timeouts, so if they hold them here, they're going to get the ball back with all the time they need. 3rd down and 10 on the 17-yard line. McNabb fires over the middle, and the interception is returned. Ken Hamlin is out of bounds at the 14. So Shepherd with a pick, and then they return the favor on the interception by the former Seattle Seahawk Ken Hamlin, who came over as a free agent to Dallas in the offseason.
Right, and we were talking about the defense. Here's Ken Hamlin right here. And you see he's just watching McNabb all the way. And he's just watching his eyes. When he gets to set the throw, watch him. He's just looking all the way, and then he gets a jump, and he just undercuts that thing. But that's what they get in 6 defensive backs. They have 2 safeties back there. I think the Eagles would probably be better, at least on 1st and 2nd down, maybe staying out of 3 wide receivers.
Hamlin's 3rd pick as a Cowboy, McNabb's 3rd pick of the season. And it's a 2-yard gain from Arian Barber as he gets to the 11-yard line with 1:25, and Dallas doesn't have to be in that much of a hurry right now because they have all of their timeouts, so they can even milk the clock on their way to what they hope will be the end zone. McNabb, the 2nd best average in NFL history in terms of passes per interceptions, or interceptions per passes, to flip it around. He had briefly moved into the number 1 spot ahead of Neil O'Donnell, but now O'Donnell is back on top after that pick. Under a minute to play. 2nd and 7. Barber fighting for 1st down yardage, and is stopped a little short. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 at the 5-yard line, and Dallas will take a timeout here. With 49 seconds remaining in the half, it'll be 3rd down and 1. Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Subway, eat fresh. By Farmers Insurance. To find an agent near you, call 1-800-FARMERS. By Circuit City, for the hottest new technology, think Circuit City. And by Chevy, an American Revolution. Aerial coverage brought to you by Gillette Clinical Strength. Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Eagles since 2003, but pretty quiet right now. 3rd down and 1 for the Cowboys after the timeout.
We were talking about Jason Witten being a good blocker, and they use him not only on the line of scrimmage, but out of the backfield, and then he comes on what we call a wham there. He really comes in and traps the nose tackle. The poor old nose tackles thinking, where in the heck did that come from? I thought, that's a tight end. Lines up in the backfield, goes in motion, and then comes back and whams the nose tackle.
Who are all those guys?
Or where'd they all come from?
3rd and 1 from the 5. Barber is the running back. He gets it. And Barber will take it to the goal line and in for the touchdown. Deion Anderson, the fullback, with the block, leading the way, and Marion Barber scores to make it 20-7 going on 21.
And you kind of know when you get down here that this guy is going to get the ball, starts on a lead to the left, fakes like he's going to cut back to the other side, and then just kicks it in another gear. Boy, he knows how to finish off a run.
He does.
I mean, there's no way that he ever stops. He reminds me in that area a lot of Walter Payton.
Going for the point after. And the guys upstairs made the right move, not reviewing it. We thought at first they might take a look, but he kept that movement going. Puts it into the end zone. Dallas by 14.
Honey, what do you say we invite my parents to visit for the holidays?
Yes!
Great. Maybe we can fix up the house some.
All right!
Yeah, a new vanity in the guest bathroom, a new chandelier, new area rug, and maybe we can paint the walls a nice ochre.
Oh, come on!
Okay, it doesn't have to be ochre.
This year, you can create a warmer, more inviting home for your holiday guests. Get started now at the Home Depot.
Going to Home Depot.
Go, 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 go!
Al Michaels, John Madden, and Andrea Kramer on this Sunday night. Here's something that might surprise you. Touchdown leaders since the beginning of last season. LaDainian Tomlinson, that would figure. Larry Johnson, that would kind of figure. And then Marion Barber is right there, tied with Johnson. 23 touchdowns since the beginning of last year. Barber tonight with a couple. And he has 8 touchdowns. 20 rushing touchdowns in his last 22 games. And remember, he's splitting time with Julius Jones.
I think that's one of the reasons that you probably forget he's not the starting running back. You look at the starters in the Cowboys and you see Julius Jones there and Marion Barber is a backup, but in reality it's 1A and B.
Here's Buck Walter. Flag is down. Actually, Barber with just 1 touchdown tonight. Seems like he has to. Julius Jones had the other on the ground.
Yeah, remember they took Barber out, put Julius Jones in, got in the shotgun, split backs, and handed it to Julius Jones on the draw.
Share the wealth.
Yep.
Holding, receiving team, number 30, 10-yard penalty, first down.
But McNabb is looking all the way, and Hamlin is watching him all the way. And he just read his eyes, and then he read the throw and jumped on it. And then we saw later, we see now, Donovan McNabb over on the sideline looking at the pictures, and he was looking at that 6 right here, right now.
Out of the shotgun. McNabb, and that's a dump. It's juggled and caught. It'll go nowhere. Westbrook makes the catch of the 19. Philly has all of its timeouts. But at this particular point, the way they're going, you might as well go back into the locker room, and they're in no hurry to get a play off.
Right, and he was lucky he got that one off. DeMarcus Ware was coming full speed from his backside, and he just got there about the time McNabb threw it. And I think that the Eagles have to go in and figure out that 3 wide receiver and 6 defensive back thing.
Absolutely, because when you leave all of your timeouts on the board and you're down by 2 touchdowns, you better go figure something out. 21-7, Toyota halftime show coming up. From New York, Matt Lauer will be in the Arctic Circle, speaking with Bob Costas. Among the things you'll see when we go to 30 Rock and check in with the boys after these messages. 21-7 Dallas at the half.
There's a storm coming, Dr. Suresh. This can't be happening.
The virus is toying with the death sentence.
No!
They've seen our future.
I'm going to die.
Now, over the next 5 episodes,
they'll have to stop it.
You can change history.
All new heroes tomorrow on NBC.
¿Qué pasa?
Pasta. This here is eggs. Gravy.
What's that?
Tortillas. Butter me up and throw me a biscuit.
A little bit country, a little bit Espanol. The new country breakfast burrito at Hardee's.
This is the newest Sharp Aquos flat panel LCD TV at H.H. Gregg. It's the lightest, thinnest Aquos ever, about the size of a credit card. And when you're watching in 1080p, it's twice as precise as a regular HD TV. The amazingly thin Sharp Aquos. Simply put, it makes a typical flat look fat.
Come to the H.H. Gregg HD TV event now through Thursday. H.H. Gregg, smart enough to make it simple.
Kentucky is warm, hopeful, and spirited. That's the Kentucky Ernie Fletcher fights to preserve.
A Kentucky without casino gambling, without higher taxes, without taking away the 10 Commandments or prayer in schools.
Our Choice Tuesday will affect generations. Choose life. Choose values. Choose Ernie Fletcher. It's how we preserve our Kentucky home.
Who chooses a Toyota Corolla? Someone looking for great gas mileage or more. Someone who knows the smart choice for low ownership costs. Someone who appreciates value, like $750 cash back on any new 08 Corolla or Matrix. Who has made Corolla the best-selling car in its class? People like you, who know Corolla delivers beyond expectations.
Way beyond anything else.
At your Toyota dealer now.
Get ready for the cold. We're tracking a dramatic drop in temperatures after the game.
NFL players love to watch themselves. Only at the all-new NFL.com.
Did you see that?
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Show, brought to you by Toyota, moving forward.
Yes, we are moving forward. Back in New York at 30 Rock, the Cowboys lead the Eagles 21-7. And as you see, we're in the dark. I mean, even more than usual. We've turned our studio lights out as part of NBC Universal's Green is Universal initiative, and by keeping the lights out for halftime and postgame just tonight, we've determined that not only can Keith amuse himself, but also we're conserving enough energy to power the average home for a month.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, there was nothing average about Week 9. Looks like the set of The Exorcist. Week 9 in the NFL, Colts-Pats on a record day in Minnesota. Here's Keith.
Don't you feel like we're at a seance? Are you invoking Jimmy the Greek here at some point? All
right, anyway, it was record-breaking day. The Chargers' Antonio Cromartie with the longest play in NFL history. Off the missed field goal in Minnesota, he's channeling not Jimmy the Greek, but his inner Devin Hester. 109 yards for the touchdown. It's a statistical 109 yards. He actually ran 110. Your mileage may vary. But the day, in terms of mileage, Adrian Peterson breaks the NFL record, 296 yards. It's only his 8th pro game. The Vikes win 35-17, and then Super Bowl 41.5. With 8 minutes left, Indy led by 10, but then Brady to Welker and Brady to Falk. A 24-20 Patriots lead. Peyton Manning with one last chance loses the football. And after the game, as Brady celebrates once, twice, and 3 times a concussion, there's Manning first, and here's Brady with the... Well, I already did the joke, so it doesn't make any sense at all. Here's Brady with our Bob Newmeyer.
With all the hype about you and Peyton, do you feel you have to come in here and maybe outpoint Manning yourself to win a ball game in these circumstances?
Well, I'm trying to really outplay, that defense. And Peyton's got a tough challenge against our offense, and he's a great player. And, I'm sure we both wish we would have played a little bit better today, but, who knows? I'm sure there'll be another game down the road.
You and this team have had the ability, when the game is on the line, to make the plays when it counts. Is it confidence? Is it will? Is it heart? Where does it stem from, Tom?
Well, we have confidence. I'm sure, probably not a lot of our fans were confident when we were down 10 with 8 minutes left, and we, you know, I think this team believed that we could come back, and we never lose faith. It's sometimes things don't go right, they don't go as you plan, but you just got to dig deep and try to make the plays that are there. So it was exciting for all of us.
I guess you'll have to take my word for it, but this is Chris Collinsworth right here. Thoughts on Pat's Colts?
It's tough doing the highlights in the dark, isn't it?
It is.
You know, this was just one of those games today that for the entire game, you just thought the Colts were going to win it. They were younger, they were faster, they were getting to the ball, they were making big plays, and it was just, okay, Bob, I have to admit now, this is not the best team in football. And then in the fourth quarter, it was all the guys we've been telling you about. Stallworth, who just carried the football team in the biggest game of the year, and now it looks like they're going to have the home field advantage and be nearly impossible to beat.
You know, I never doubted that they were the best team in football this year. I just said it's too early to declare them the best team of all time.
Wrong again.
Just so you know, this is the only week we'll be doing the show with the lights this dim. Otherwise, Chris was going to start bringing in his Johnny Mathis records. But for the rest of the season, we do pledge to power down the studio whenever we're not actually on the air. And when we come back, more from the Green is Universal initiative as we check in with the Today Show's Matt Lauer, who will be live in the Arctic Circle. Shivering, but live. But first, this week, on the line of scrimmage, the guys are in Lovington, New Mexico, a blue-collar town, or for this week, a green-collar town that turned out one of the NFL's premier blue-collar linebackers.